देख रहे हैं VS नेशन, आपका अपना हिंदी न्यूज चैनल। बोमा कनेक्सपो इंडिया ने CFI यानी कि कंस्ट्रक्शन फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया से मिलाया हाथ। दोनों ने करार पर किए हस्ताक्षर। इसी मौके पर मीडिया के सवालों के जवाब देते हुए CFI के अध्यक्ष अजीत गुलाबचंद ने तथा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मौजूद अन्य प्रवक्ताओं ने क्या कुछ कहा, आइए जानते हैं इस रिपोर्ट में।
On behalf of CFI, signed this memorandum of understanding with Bauma. Bauma equipment makers, those who display that equipment, and the construction industry have a very long-standing relationship. But one of the more important aspects of this has been that a lot of innovation in the industry has been taking place in isolation. The equipment makers are constantly trying to improve equipment and then convincing the construction industry to say that this is better, substantially. Then there have been many other changes in types of materials that are used in construction. Though of course concrete and steel remain the mainstay of construction, there is a lot more equipment coming up, a lot more methods of building things that have come up, and as a result of which we now need a deeper collaboration between construction equipment makers and the industry. There are also different forms of building and construction that are now coming up. And it's time for this to sort of crystallize at least in one platform where we come together to promote the ideas of how to modernize. When I mean modernize, I don't mean just modernize, making it look better, but to make it more productive, make it more sturdy, so that we can deliver infrastructure faster, cheaper. That is the ultimate goal, and therefore we might need the help of the equipment makers who would get their business from us if we can do some advocacy with government to improve the way infrastructure is built, improve the conditions under which infrastructure should be built, and understand in the true spirit of partnership with construction industry, with concessionaires, with equipment makers, in order to deliver a superior product that will engage us in a lot of dialogue. It's not easy to deal with government. They do listen, but and it is important for us to have a good advocacy. And the more people who are part of the construction industry or who are earning their bread, every product we make, the equipment industry makes money too. So we need that advocacy in order to show how together we are able to give you something better. But we now need some changes so we can operate a little better, breathe a little easier, and have the risk shared a little fairly. So I think these are things that we need to bring about. And I'm so glad that we went to Bauma, Delhi, early this year, and I'm looking forward to more cooperation in this field. And well, let's hope that this memorandum of understanding leads to better advocacy between construction industry and the equipment makers, as well as with our clients for whom we need this equipment. So I think it's a very good new beginning. There was a time you went to Bauma because it was once in 3 years in Europe, somewhere far away, and completely enthralled by what you saw. And now it's part of our own system here. So much so that when I went to Bauma this earlier this year, every displayer had one electric machine. So it still may not be enough. It will need to go a long way before electrical vehicles, electrical machines will actually operate on our side. But nevertheless, it's a beginning, and so good a beginning that every displayer felt it necessary to have at least one electric equipment. That tells you the power of how these displays, this collaboration can bring about changes with speed, and also changes that are necessary, they're transparently done, open to everybody, and the advocacy of the joint features of those who make this, the equipment makers, the materials makers, and designers, do the advocacy with government. How can we improve our productivity so we can deliver to you infrastructure faster, quicker, cheaper? Well, thank you very much.
Your question is what's Bauma's contribution to India's infrastructure? Okay, so see, Bauma CONEXPO India only reflects the oomph of the industry, how the industry is doing. To give you a simple example, when you go to an auto expo, it in a way reflects how the auto industry is doing. So similarly, when it comes to Bauma, while it plays a vital role on multiple levels, it presents a big picture of where the industry is heading towards. From trends, from automation, from IoT, whether it's going the electric way, and how is it helping various stakeholders within the industry to do their job better, right? Are we able to measure it? I don't have a specific answer to that, but because you have a bigger picture in front of you, you can also, your ability to put or pinpoint the pressure points is very high. For example, some of the dignitaries mentioned about the skilled labor problem. So how do you address that as a platform? Then becomes a very high priority topic for us. So for example, during our trade show, we focus on crane operators' skill sets. We work very closely with the government, with the local associations, bodies which are focusing on skill development. So that's one example. I can give you multiple examples. So it is aligned with the industry, it moves along with the industry, and constantly look at the areas with which we can help the industry. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
हमारे क्लाइंट्स के सामने लाना, हमारे पब्लिक को बताना कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम कितना नया काम कर रहे हैं, नए इंस्ट्रूमेंट और इंटर इंडस्ट्री हमारा जो डायलॉग होगा, उससे नई इक्विपमेंट, किस तरह की इक्विपमेंट जरूरी है. जैसे टोयोटा कंपनी ने स्टील कंपनियों के साथ किया कि 8 साल के बाद हम एक गाड़ी बनाना चाहते हैं जिसमें हमारा वेट 30% कम हो और ये 20% स्ट्रॉन्गर हो. आप बना सकते हो कैसा स्टील? वैसे हम पूछें और बाउमा की इक्विपमेंट वाले इसके ऊपर रिसर्च करके करें. इस तरह की कोलैबोरेशन बढ़ती जाएगी इस जॉइंट वेंचर, इस कोलैबोरेशन की वजह से.
थैंक यू.
Net consumption of water. The water that you use at a construction site, you restore it by building what you call those water
वाटर.
water harvesting. So by the time the site is ready, or even 2-3 years after that, it will have restored the water that is used. The simple practices like this also make a lot of difference. Use of fly ash actually came up, which reduce the content of cement and therefore carbon footprint. There are many such things that are happening. Equipments are doing different kind of job, much better job. So it's a continuous process. And to be honest, we can't display a construction site in an exhibition except with pictures, which is not that exciting. But equipment displays for the industry at one place the level of its modernity, the level of its color, and what it is doing. One electric vehicle in a Bauma exhibition conveys more sustainability than all the sustainability practices we follow, which nobody can see.
This occasion, as we all know, we are at this point in time, India is where the major opportunity is in terms of construction. Globally, there is no country which is investing 8% of their GDP into construction, and a huge opportunity for all of us, the construction companies, EPC companies, the equipment manufacturers, but also a huge challenge because we have to build all of this sustainably, and we have to build all of this predictably because the challenges in the past have been of time and cost overruns. So how can we all work together to mitigate that? And in addition to that, I think the industry is facing another significant problem of shortage of labor at this point in time, which can effectively be addressed only if we all come together and co-create solutions for our customers. And And that can happen when organizations like CFI bring together the construction companies to ideate and create solutions and discuss how we can do it together, and also involve organizations like Bauma CONEXPO and our partners of equipment manufacturers who have on their own been innovating quite a lot. It was evident on at the expo at the beginning of the year. And how do we put all of that together? And I think this partnership will really help us to drive predictability, sustainability and technology in this industry, which I think is the most critical ingredient for us to build India sustainably. So I'm very glad that we are here and doing this together, and look forward to really achieving something and some meaningful results in day to come.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Pai.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very excited and very happy to be part of this ceremony. If you see the way the construction industry is growing, so are the challenges have been growing. And it is very appropriate that in order to address those challenges, we have talked about sustainability, we have talked about the quality of products that we deliver to our clients. There is a need that all stakeholders in the industry, they come and collaborate together. There was a time when our industry was highly labor intensive. There are times now when we always feel acute shortage of the manpower. So there is an urgent need to mechanize, to improve the quality of efficiency of operations, to see that we provide the construction equipments that would match the challenging requirements of the speed at which we want to construct the infrastructure in the country. The expectations from the client are high, and so does are the expectations from the society at large, that we prepare a quality infrastructure at a very rapid pace. The way the industry has grown and has cut down the timelines of the project delivery for the last 20-30 years, the expectations of the society has increased from us. And it is very apt that today we have signed a MOU with Bauma, and I'm quite sure this will facilitate much more fruitful discussions, which will help in improving the quality of the equipments, resources, which will help in ultimately improving the quality and the time of delivery of the infrastructure equipment. Thank you.
They say necessity is the mother of invention. We have a lot of needs in the construction and infrastructure sector, but it takes time to reach to the manufacturers, and in that regard, I would thank Ajit sir and Mr. Vinayak Pai to, in a very short span of time, to have tied up with Bauma CONEXPO, where both the end users and the manufacturers can meet and discuss and come out with what are all the requirements that in the construction industry faces in terms of newer technologies to do things faster, at a better quality, at a better speed. So a lot more such equipments which are now there in use have all come because of these expos which have been done in elsewhere in the world, like Bauma, etc. But yes, of late with Bauma CONEXPO in India for the last 6 or 7 seasons now, a lot of these things have aided in the construction industry to do things faster. I hope that with this collaboration, it will be much more faster to bring in a sea change in the infrastructure industry. Thank you very much.
हमारी ये रिपोर्ट अच्छी लगी हो तो हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें, शेयर करें और बेल आइकन दबाना ना